vacuum, because there are all these stakeholders that also need to be involved in the change, and some of them are being left behind. Are the teachers prepared? Are the teachers, for example, I understand some of the books you have on the desk right now have the students' version and the teacher's guide.
Yes.
And it's from these that the teachers are able to extract the schemes of work, I believe.
Indeed.
So if things are changing, the situation is liquid, is highly liquid, highly, it's in the air, in flux. If things are changing and these teachers who are supposed to implement this are not being carried along properly, the parents who are paying good money to buy these books and the books are keeping on changing, if they're not carried along, don't you see a situation where, as I mean, understandably, the parents are feeling worn out, they're feeling left out, they're feeling misunderstood and mishandled?
Thank you very much. Let me start by saying that these books, the authors of these books, and all the books that are being released for CBC and other areas are actually written by practicing teachers. These are teachers in Kenyan schools, in Homa Bay, in Lamu, in Nairobi, in Isiolo, mentioned in the area. They are practicing teachers. They have interacted with the curriculum designs as developed by the KICD. They have interacted with curriculum developers to understand the curriculum designs. Secondly, there have been meetings that have been happening at Ministry of Education level and even at county level. There was a recent one, I think about a month ago at the KICD. Teachers were represented at NAT level, at KEPSHA level, at KESHA level, among other organizations, including the civil societies, so that ideas could be floated. But perhaps what we can say is sensitization of the end user. We might want to enhance that. And that is why I said it is a year of endless possibilities. Passion is there. So how best can we sensitize the public? But you also do recall that one of the issues that was raised when most of the Kenyans were saying that CBC is not the right curriculum was the issue of parental engagement / parental involvement.
Just before we go there, would you agree that your team, your people were involved and they are actually, they actually have a grasp on what he's talking about?
Yeah, first of all, I want to correct a perception out of my statements.
Please.
Yeah, that when a year is a year of challenges, does not mean that it is a grim year. Neither does it mean that challenges are negative. Challenges can be positive for posterity. And always in an environment where there are challenges, it makes people think out of the box. And that is why we are there as educationists, to think through the challenges that we have. Like I talked about. And
the possibility.
Yes, I talked about a situation whereby one area of the country, we have availability of classes ready to receive grade 9. While other areas, like the rural areas, and I gave example, there is unpreparedness. So how do we fasten the preparedness so that all schools are at par? Two, to echo the words of my co-panelist, is that it is true that we are carried along as stakeholders. We gave our views during the Professor Munavu committee, and the recommendations and the reports that they gave, we participated fully. And even the exercises that are going on at Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development as a union, we've been working through. But what I'm saying is, in all these situations, there is the implementation aspect of everything that you put down. And this implementation aspect is what comes up with the challenges that need to be looked at, looking at the vast environment where the implementation should be done. My brother has talked about the availability, the usability of books that were being used before, that they can still be used. But you'll find that because of lack of sensitization, some of the schools will recommend and say that those books are now not usable and that you should acquire the new books.
It's basically what is happening right now.
I'm saying that, and these are the things that we need to correct so that the information goes right, that even before you look at the new textbooks that are coming into the field that have been approved by the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development, we still have the same contents that are going into those books, into the previous books that were being used, so that parents are not burdened to carry other books. And even the teachers being ready to prepare the schemes of work for the term. Most of the teachers I know, looking at the curriculum design contents, they can already see that whatever was in the previous books is still usable in the current curriculum. That is schemes of service that they need to prepare. It is the same content. So we need to have every other time people getting informed so that people walk along with this. But immediately there is no information, there is a challenge.
It's confusion.
Yes, there is a challenge. So these are the things that we need to always be looking at. And I've said properly that this year, 2025, is a year of more challenge, considering that even some of the parents will start panicking because they are thinking in their minds that their children are candidates. And their success is pegged on the preparations that are being done now. This kind of parents, you'll find them panicking and saying, what is the future? Others are walking into oblivion, they don't know what is. So I think settling the minds of the parents so that they are assured that the situation is under control, and the government providing the materials as they are required for implementation of the curriculum. Like the textbooks already, I'm happy that as we were getting into December, most of the schools, when we were with the Minister of Education in Mombasa during the Capture conference, they were saying that already materials are being provided to schools, and the deputy head teachers were in schools receiving the same. So being sure that every other school is equipped so that the playing ground is level for every other person, so that there is confidence, these are the challenges that we need to mitigate upon. I was even talking to one of the head teachers today in one of the rural schools, and he was telling me, Otieno, you people who are at that level, kindly try and help us so that our schools are equipped in terms of textbooks, our schools are equipped in terms of just the desks and lockers where the students will sit.
Right.
So these are the things that I'm talking about, that it is a year where there is a lot of anticipation and a year of challenges. And I repeat, challenges are there with us. They will never end. And in the words of my brother Boaz, you see, and even my brother from the publishers, that at the point, you see, these are the first candidates, if I would call them that, at grade 9. There is a lot of anticipation. And it is just like the teething problems of the CBC. And we are not writing off CBC, by the way. It is there with us. We will work with it. It is only that whatever comes with CBC that needs to be worked so that now there is a smooth flow right from the people who are going to sit for the exams this way. Even Brother Boaz talked about the transition from grade 9 to grade 10 and the pathways that people are going to take, if there are those who are going to STEM, those who are going to science classes, those who are going to sports and humanity, every other. That preparation is what we need to now be having an active conversation about, so that now there is the anxiety that everybody has is suppressed, is put down.
Dr. Let's talk about exams and assessments, because in between there, parents get lost. The PS for